you're gonna say, Megan, yet or not yet?
Kind of, I think so. I think I side.
Well,
I think I side more with Matt. I mean, I see where you're coming from, James, but I do feel like it was kind of like it was just cheap. Like it was just like, oh well, here. Like I knew Shepard was gonna die because Casey Hudson had announced that Mass Effect will continue, but Shepard, is done.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I saw on Twitter somebody had said that hold on to their Mass Effect 3 copies for ever.
I saw that.
Yeah.
So, but
that's sorry.
I wish there was some closure because they said that they were going to say what the Keepers were all about. Those little guys that crawled around the Citadel. But nobody even mentioned the Keepers. I even tried shooting one.
That didn't work out for you.
No, it didn't do anything. I was like, really? You see there, when you go back to the Citadel and it's just filled with bodies, you see, 2 Keepers just, typing away. They didn't fucking do anything. And I really wanted to know what they were about, because they changed colors. They were orange. They weren't green.
What's all these bodies doing here? I don't know. Typing away.
Oh, Joker, what are you doing? Just flailing my arms around, trying to save the Normandy.
Willy-nilly.
Well, yeah, I mean, I do feel that was definitely rushed. I don't know if it was because of the time constraint, or this is just they have such a big idea for their next Mass Effect game. I hope it's not an MMO like they're thinking.
I wonder if it's going to be an MMO, but still, that would be weird.
Yeah, I mean, they've obviously got a couple of MMOs under their belt now. Now that they've acquired Mythic, they've got Warhammer experience, and then obviously SWTOR. So, I mean, that definitely could be something on the plate, but I would expect a new console game before we see a new MMO.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, I think, like you were saying, the journey to the ending was definitely incredible. Those are an amazing 96 hours, and even 99 hours of 100. I mean, so intense walking up to the Citadel beam, just
hell yeah,
barely holding your pistol as things are running. Geth are coming, or not Geth, but the Husks are coming at you, and you're barely raising your pistol to shoot them. So good, so good.
It could have ended right
there.
I
know. I was like, this better not be the ending.
Yeah, but it almost makes the last 10 minutes that much worse. Because I was thinking earlier today, I was like, if I had to give this game on a 1 to 10, it would probably be about an 8.5. With 0.5 being shaved off because you had to play multiplayer for max galactic readiness, but it would be a disappointing 8.5. Like, if this would have been some other game, not part of a series, from some other studio that wasn't a AAA, I'd be like, oh my god, this is an 8.5 game, it's amazing, everybody go play it. But because it's on the backdrop of this amazing series from an amazing development studio, I'm like, it's just an 8.5. Like that.
I agree in some ways, yeah. No, I mean, this is how I felt. I finished Mass Effect 3, and I'm like, okay, the adventure was great, but what the fuck was that? And when I finished Mass Effect 2, I was like, oh, I'm ready to kill every single Reaper. That was the big difference between, I felt like, the ending of 2 and the ending of 3, where they both had those set-in-stone endings, but 2's just got you hyped up, whereas 3 is like, what the fuck are they going to do?
Yeah, and
they can't just end it.
I think it was okay, though, especially for 1 and 2 to have those set endings, because we always had the mindset that we had more game to go. That we understood that these were connectors to something more.
Exactly.
But, now here we are at the end, and and I really hope they don't take the Final Fantasy 13-2 route and force DLC for a more complete ending.
Oh, God.
Because, with their DLC troubles they're having already, I really hope that that's not the case. If you want, to see what did happen to the galaxy after, you have to buy the DLC, because that will create a shitstorm.
Yeah, and I also would think that that's a cheap way out for BioWare. If this is the ending that they want, I can't, as someone who likes to write their own stuff, I would feel that they're being kind of going back on their stuff. I mean, this is what they wanted. Whether people like it or not, this is their ending. And if they make it like, oh, that didn't happen, let's forget that. that's just cheap for themselves. That makes them look like, oh, they don't believe in their own writing. I mean, what the fuck? And if they do that, but I don't think they will. I think they'll let this storm kind of blow over, and everybody will finally get over it. Then they'll announce Mass Effect Universe or something, and then he plays a brand new character, and blah, blah, blah. And I think that's what they're going to do, but the problem is that they didn't give any indication, or they haven't shown anything for a next Mass Effect game. So this right now is fresh in our mind as the final Mass Effect game, and it's not the ending that people are hoping for, and I definitely could have seen something better.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's safe to say there's not a Mass Effect 4 coming. It'll be something different. And they've said, we'd like to keep working on the Mass Effect universe, but it's definitely not on our front burner right now. Yeah, I mean, just everything lit up. But it'll be interesting to see how they do integrate later DLC. Because now that we know the ending is fairly set in stone, with, if they don't alter it via DLC, then, for me, I feel little need to go back and play a character's, what would presumably be a new character's side mission, and, for maybe the couple lines of dialogue here and there throughout the rest of the game, just to get the same ending, to get the same outcome. Paying $5-10 for just that one side mission and what will probably be multiplayer maps and such. I think that's not going to work out so well for them.
No, I definitely agree, and definitely the DLC, like the whole Ashes.
DLC will work.
What happened?
I don't think any DLC will work.
I don't think any past the ending DLC will work. It doesn't make sense, because if they do that, then I feel like then they're just gonna make like 4 or 5 fucking shitty DLCs about nothing. What I think they should do is put a DLC before the ending, and like you said, like a different character, kind of get a different perspective, or maybe what happened after the choice you made, like what the fuck happened to Earth. Like, all you see is the Reapers die, but you don't see anything other than that. You don't see what happened to the entire fleet in space that were just fighting the Reapers. Like, nothing. Like, there's a billion ships out there. All you see was fucking Normandy run away. So what happened to all those billions of ships?
Exactly. And now they're stuck there because Mass Effect is destroyed.
The Mass Relay, yeah.
So that's an interesting. I would love to see. That's why I don't mind if they plan on making another game set, like, I don't know, 1,000 years later, and they kind of take your choice and make the world that much different. That would, to me, would be okay. The ending, they had to do a little rush just to kind of make the next series that much better. But if they decide to fucking completely ignore the choice you just made, I won't I really wouldn't understand what BioWare is thinking, or if they make a past game, because I think that would just be a waste of time. I'm kind of interested in what they're gonna do, but I'm not. Like I said, I don't really hate the endings. I just think they could have just been better if they focused on giving not more options, but it's just a better. I mean, that whole Megan, what were you saying about it was like what movie? You said the ending was like not movie, like Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, it was just like one of those what the fuck.
Out of left field.
It felt so, like, real, and then at last you're going up this fucking magical elevator, and I'm just like, come on.
The heavens call upon you. You rise up.
I was expecting, like, Shepard to say something like Ezio would say, but it's just so, what the fuck? And I feel like the developers they just did that to set up for the next game. Probably because EA told them, listen, your series sells 3.5 million in a week. We're going to have another game, and you're going to have to make it now, so set up the ending this way. I was confused. I heard that there were new writers on the team, so maybe that's a result of what happened. Maybe this is the result, is that when they got new writers, they kind of changed everything of how they were going to end it.
I didn't even like the elusive man's part at the end.
I kind of like. I felt. I like the end result of it, that he kills himself. Anderson's like, "I'm proud of you." I was like,
I killed the elusive man. I was not letting him kill himself. I wanted that glory.
Well, there you go.
There you have it.
So either way, I thought it was pretty satisfying. Up until then the elevator came and it just ruined it.
And then the elevator, I was really expecting him to just go up to the top level and Jesus be like, "Hey man, so this is happening."
You're my right hand man.
Oh man, but
So this little this kid comes out with like still like the little baby fat cheeks.